What's going on, guys? Welcome to Comic Island. My name is Joey and today I want to share with you my top 10 list for the many different suits that Spider-Man has worn in the last decade. So the only rules I have for this video is anyone calling themselves Spider-Man or any spider-inspired costumes that Peter Parker has worn or inspired in others to wear is fair game. So that means the 4 costumes that Peter Parker has worn during the Identity Crisis is out. Too bad because I really like the Dusk costume. And his classic red and blue outfit is out too, since that would be too easy and definitely will take my #1 spot on the list. Alright, let's begin. Much like his green ally the Hulk, Peter once had a lab accident himself when once again something went horribly wrong. Spider-Man was given even more enhanced powers along with the ability to shoot off energy blasts and to morph his webs into any shape he pleased. Spider-Man's strength was amplified to the point of being able to punch the Hulk into outer space. Unfortunately, these abilities didn't last too long. It would be revealed that the source of Spider-Man's newfound powers, a power he originally thought was a further mutation from the radioactive spider bite, is actually an extra dimensional source called the Uni power. This source of power once possessed individuals and give them the powers of Captain Universe. As Captain Universe, the transformed person typically regains his or her original personality and appearance. This source of power has possessed many others, such as X-23, Hulk, and Doctor Strange, just to name a few. This incarnation of Spider-Man, dubbed the Armored Spider, is what Peter Parker would be if he had stopped the burglar, thus saving his uncle's life. He is a playboy multi-billionaire and is engaged to Gwen Stacy. Egotistical and hot-headed, he doesn't even consider failure and claims that he never loses. Kinda reminds me of someone else I know. He has a laser built right into his armor and has a giant spider robot that would obey his every command. His armor is similar to Tony Stark's first Iron Man armor, but with a different color scheme. Unfortunately, a multiverse traveler named Kaine has claimed this Spider-Man's life. Or so it seems. Upon joining the Future Foundation as part of Johnny Storm's last request in his will, Spider-Man has given a new white costume made from 3rd generation unstable molecules, which has several default color schemes and can be changed by mental control. This costume never gets dirty and allows him to change back to his classic red and blue suit or into civilian clothing. This new suit can also change into black stealth mode, changeable by thought. Spider-Man retains all of his original superhuman abilities. Unfortunately, not much else got enhanced and he still cannot organically create his own web fluid. Coming from the year 2099, Miguel O'Hara receives his powers from a procedure that might cure him from a hallucinogenic drug called Rapture. Miguel survived the procedure, which spliced his DNA with the genes of a spider, and thus he gained several powers. Similar to the mainstream Spider-Man, O'Hara has a standard superhuman strength, speed, durability, and reflexes. He does not have the famous spider sense, but he has what Peter lacks: spinnerets mounted to his forearms that releases a very strong and sticky web-like substance to perform web slinging and other abilities that Spider-Man can only perform with his web shooters. Unlike the original Spider-Man, O'Hara's webs are organic and are chemically identical to real spider silk. Miguel also has fangs and talons. The elongated canine fangs secrete a paralyzing though non-toxic venom, and the talons enable him to crawl along surfaces much like Spider-Man. The talons are also razor sharp and along with his strength are able to rend materials as durable as cinder blocks. With great power comes great responsibility. Unfortunately, Miles Morales learned this a bit too late. In this alternate Earth, it took the death of Spider-Man for Morales to finally accept his destiny. Morales has a standard enhanced strength, speed, and durability. He also can wall crawl, and his spider senses seem to be greatly enhanced compared to Peter Parker's. The web shooters are the exact same as the pair used by this universe's Peter Parker, given to Miles as a gift from Aunt May. Morales has a Venom blast that can temporarily paralyze his enemies simply by touching them with his hands. This power provides a great advantage as Miles can end the confrontation quickly with little collateral damage. Miles can camouflage himself, blending into his surroundings, allowing him to sneak up on his enemies or in some cases flee from them. The resulting effect closely resembles that of invisibility. Miles Morales actually donned the classic red and blue Spider-Man suit, but later changed it to differentiate himself from Peter Parker, but keeping a similar themed costume to honor the person he draws inspiration from. So there has been 2 heroes calling themselves the Scarlet Spider, Ben Reilly and Kaine. Both are clones from the original Spider-Man, Peter Parker. The one that made my list is a second Scarlet Spider simply named Kaine. This Scarlet Spider wanted all the powers but without the responsibility. He shares many similarities to the superior Spider-Man. such as their anger and superiority complex. The Scarlet Spider, much like the superior spider, does not have a problem with killing and will dish out the necessary punishment to whomever he feels to be a threat to him and his loved ones. Because of his further mutations, he is now stronger than Spider-Man, being able to lift 20 tons. His downfall is that he fights like a brute, having very few martial arts training. Kaine has the ability to organically produce his own silk webbing from the glands within his forearms, which is limited by his body's health and nutrition. After the events of Spider Island, Kaine no longer has any form of spider sense and must rely solely on his superhuman reflexes to avoid attacks. The Scarlet Spider costume is a modified version of the Spider-Man stealth suit, which allows him to turn invisible and become invulnerable to sonic attacks. Taking over Spider-Man's body and life, Dr. Octopus also inherited Peter Parker's heroic sense of responsibility. Calling himself the superior Spider-Man, Doc Ock unleashes severe punishment to all villains that would endanger his city and loved ones. This superior suit is equipped with enhanced lenses that feeds him information and data, such as the info that his spider bots gain from patrolling the city of crime. The suit also contains 4 mechanical arms used for combat and is inspired from Dr. Octopus's former 4 mechanical arms. This suit also has talons at the tip of each finger, used in battle to cause great pain to his opponent. Hailing from an alternate Earth, this 1950s inspired look has practicality and stealth. This incarnation of Spider-Man receives his powers from a spider bite who was released after a spider statue was broken. After waking up from a dream from the Spider God, Peter Parker now possesses superpowered spider-like abilities similar to the mainstream 616 counterpart. This spider suit comes equipped with a fedora and trench coat. This incarnation of Spider-Man does not have to create his own web fluid, but has the luxury of creating organic webbing out of his wrist. He also carries a pistol revolver, even though he swore off killing after the heavy criticism from his Aunt May from killing the Vulture. This black and dark gray Noir themed outfit is great for hiding in the shadows undetected. Given to Peter Parker as a gift from Tony Stark in the Civil War crossover event, this suit has a few unique gadgets such as 3 mechanical arms that will move when Peter Parker thinks of it, much like anyone would move any bodily appendage. The 3 arms are also equipped with cameras at the tip, feeding a live image directly into the Iron Spider's helmet. Other features include short distance gliding capability, built-in fire police emergency scanner, and carbon filters to keep out airborne toxins, just to name a few. The armor is red and gold to resemble Tony Stark's modern Iron Man color scheme. Stark's design Stark's colors. Peter had no say in it. Sorry, Peter. During the Secret War saga, where Spider-Man is transported to a planet called Battleworld, his costume is torn during battle and was sent to a machine that would repair it. Spider-Man discovers and wears a black suit as a replacement, unaware that it is actually an alien symbiote that would feed on his aggression and emotions. To Spider-Man's surprise, the costume can mimic street clothes and provides a seemingly inexhaustible and stronger supply of webbing. It is revealed that the costume would envelop Peter Parker while he slept and go out at night fighting crime, leaving Parker inexplicably exhausted in the morning. Parker had the costume examined by Reed Richards of the Fantastic Four, who discovers that it is alive, and when Parker realized it was trying to permanently bond with his body, he rejects it only to have it fall into the possession of Eddie Brock, a fellow news reporter that despises Peter Parker. The ripple effect of the symbiote suit he discovered on Battleworld has now given life to a plethora of new Spider-Man villains, but also gave Flash Thompson an opportunity to serve his country and become the new host to the symbiote, now calling himself Agent Venom. So I hope you enjoyed Comic Island's top 10 Spider-Man suits. If there was a spider suit that you really enjoyed and we left out, please let us know in the comments below. So thank you so much for watching, and as always, if you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, and I'll see you next time in another top 10 video.